But if Edwards is cool with it, I'm cool with it. That's like kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult to say unless it comes out in the future or what have you that where the actual rankings lied in terms of which
Yeah.
manager they had above each other, because there probably was a sense of Xabi Alonso, definitely was a sense with Amorim, and definitely was a sense with Schlott, right? So I think personally, Amorim felt more like a manager where he wanted to have more of a say on players too, from my understanding of what I've seen and what he's like. So him going to West Ham and really trying to pressure Liverpool into giving him maybe more control than they possibly wanted to, because from what we've seen about Schlott is that he's going to be more of a head coach, more of a just a on the pitch kind of coach than
Yeah.
actually behind the scenes manager. Like a lot of managers are. So he's definitely a little bit more hands off, and I think that bodes well with the structure that Edwards and Hughes want, in the sense that they want to be part of, they want to have a huge say in the recruitment. Obviously, they want the coach to have some sort of input because he's going to be the one that's ultimately, driving these guys and being in training with them. But they don't want him to have so much control. So I think Schlott fits in that system well, because out of all the jokes of his name and his baldness and all that stuff, the only thing people don't joke about is his actual managing.
Yeah.
People do say he's a good tactician, a good on the field manager. So, I like that. It's just, I think we've talked about it before. We just have an idea of where we're going, and it's before the end of the season, so we kind of just take care of this. Fine, enjoy the last 3 weeks now, and just kind of just go forth from there. And so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've looked up every single thing with the Dutch league to have to do with Schlatt. The one real negative that I've seen is him talking to Feyenoord while he was still managing AZ Alkmaar, kind of behind their back, and which led
Yeah.
to him being sacked. But then he was hired by Feyenoord 10 days later. So if there's any sort of red flag, if you will, it's maybe a little bit of that, but I don't know if that's an entirely huge issue. But aside from that, the only negative things have been his name that people like to make puns out of, and the fact that he's bald. So, if that's the worst, then bring him on, right?